So I'm Dr. H of H Dentistry in Parachute, Colorado, and I get asked this sometimes when people call and they move to the area, are you taking new patients? And my answer is always the same. I will always take new patients. Here's how I can pull that off. One, getting people fixed up, cleaned up, and to a level of maintenance, helping them make that transition to, I always have cavities every time I come in. Get them cleaned up, do high quality work. And then, of course, people say, is there any quality or any guarantee on your work? No, I guarantee absolutely nothing. Unless I can chop your head off and stick it on a shelf, I guarantee nothing. People say that, I did my homework and I checked you out and I like your website and I like your reviews and everything else. But you don't take Medicaid or Medicare. And nope, I don't. But that's okay. We'll pay out of pocket. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But no, we don't do Medicaid, Medicare. We do submit to all of their insurances. But the whole reason that I can always accept new patients, like, you know how there's some doctors like, nope, we're not taking any new patients. In 13 years, I have not been to that point because there's enough people coming and going. If I'm in a real pinch, the doctor will help do cleanings, meaning me. I don't like doing cleanings. I think they're boring, but I'll do them. And mostly just getting people to a level of maintenance where all they have to do is continue doing what we teach them to do. It's not that hard to get them cleaned up. And so I almost always have time where, and the other thing is I treat a lot in one visit. So instead of, like, if you have, say you have 5 cavities that need to be fixed. Okay, it takes time to do those 5 cavities. Well, if you do a cavity and then you come back later, a cavity, come back later, a cavity, come back later, a cavity, and come back later, another cavity, and you fix them in 5 separate appointments, that takes time from everybody. You got a job. You got a family to take care of, whether you're a stay-at-home person or you're someone that's going to work all the time. To come in and do it that way doesn't make sense. And so years ago, I will do as much treatment as somebody wants in a single day. The longest appointment I've had was like 21 teeth, which was more than 1 cavity per tooth, but 21 teeth took 9 hours doing white fillings. It was a long day for everybody, but we got through it. That person didn't have to keep coming back. Now, of course, because I do it that way, anybody that wants to get a lot done in one visit, yes, our financial policy is set up in a way that in order to block 2 hours or more of our time, you have to pay for that appointment in advance. Now, it's either your estimated portion with whatever your insurance estimate is, or if you're out of pocket, you pay for the whole thing in advance. Usually, I'm not booked out more than 1 to 3 weeks for a 2-hour slot. But that's the goal, is that we get people cleaned up, get them back to healthy and normal. And then beyond that, it's early diagnosis is a huge, huge factor. So a lot of people are still using the old pick process. It's like, no, I can't stick my pick into it. It must be okay. Had somebody in earlier today. They have white spots on all of their teeth. 5 of them are at the point where they need decay, and the other ones are doing just fine. Now, I've seen that person twice, and over the last 1.5 years, all the other ones are still doing okay, right? And then there's 5 that needed filling. How do we know the difference? Because on the surface, they look identical. They look exactly the same. A Diagnodent pen or a laser pen can actually read inside the tooth surface to tell whether or not the tooth structure is breaking down and it needs a filling. When we do early diagnosis and early treatment and treat it when it's at the stages where it has to be treated or it's going to continue to grow and become a root canal, it makes treatment faster, cleaner, easier, etc. So it really comes down, I'm not going off a list or anything, so I can't remember everything that I've said, but those are some of the basic things that we do that enable us to always be able to take new patients. We get you in, take care of as much as you can tolerate in a single visit, and then give you the instructions and empower you with knowledge and skills on being able to take care of yourself so that we can significantly lower your risk for more cavities, gum disease, etc. And then it's just maintenance. Maintenance is easy. So that's the biggest reason why we can always take new patients. And so some people ask me that. That's the answer. Whoa! And now you're going to ask, why are you missing a front tooth? That's another story. But it'll be fixed around April of 2024. That would be nice. All right. See you later, guys.